Welcome to Introduction to Java Programming by White and Yang, 8th edition. Chapter 2 Elementary Programming. Problem number 8. Write a program that prompts the user to enter an integer between 0 and 120. Reads it as an ASCII code and displays its character. Example. The ASCII code of 69 is capital E. The character capital E. Okay, so to start, to prompt the user, I'm gonna need to import scanner. So java.util.scanner. Next, gonna start deploying my scanner object. Name its reference as input equal new scanner system dot in. Let me comment this. Scanner reference to gather user input. And at the end of this Java program, I shouldn't forget that I need to close the scanner. So input dot close. Now my first variable is going to be an integer, since the user is going to enter an integer. So I'll just call it integer value given by the user. And the next one is going to be a character, so its data type is going to be char, and I'll call it ASCII. So char is for a character, as we see here, a character E. So let's first let me comment this. ASCII of the given integer Okay, so we're gonna start prompting the user to enter an integer. So printing enter an integer between 0 and 120, and set the integer to input dot next int. Okay, so now converting the integer into a character. Okay, so now that I have the value of integer, I can set ASCII equal to integer. Doesn't work like that. As you see, I have an error that we can't easily convert an integer to char. And if I press on the suggestion, I get this char times integer. Okay, so this is a case of something called explicit casting. As we know, every data type has a byte size in the system when it comes to memory allocation. So let's say I have a decimal number. Let me call it number. If I want to set the number to an integer, I get no error. Even if I want to print it, out number. I should enter an integer, so 5. I still get no error, and the number is printed as 5.0, not 5. Let me show you the difference. Integer, and again, enter the integer, I'll enter 7. This is the integer and this is the number. This is because the byte size of number is more than the byte size of integer. So that's why it was easy to convert an integer value to a number, a decimal number. And since they also both represent numbers. So the problem here was that ASCII was said to represent a character, not a number. That's why the character data type has a different byte size than the integer data type. So I'm gonna use something called explicit casting, which I showed you earlier, which is to multiply my particular data type with the other data type. So if I now print ASCII, so S out ASCII, and I enter an integer, let's say 93, this is the character of that integer. So that's how I use explicit casting. So let me now print here, display result. I don't need that. So the ASCII code of space, printing the integer value, other quotes, is ASCII. So I'm gonna start with that of the example. So 69. The ASCII code of 69 is E. I'm gonna enter another one. 32. Guess it's a space here. Let me try again. 45 is whatever the hell this is. Okay, so like that we would have written a program that prompts the user to enter an integer between 0 and 120, reads it as an ASCII code, like we did here, and displays its character. Hold on, wait a minute. Reads it as an ASCII code. So let me try. Okay, so like that, if it's gonna read it as a character, I should go here and directly set ASCII equal char after the input dot next int. But my integer would not be displayed after that. So I can just remove this. So my integer would not be displayed because in the compiler's perspective, the value of this variable is unknown, since I didn't use it in my program. So now if I run it, 69, the ASCII code is capital E.